Hey everyone, welcome to English Naturally. I'm Megan.
And I'm Tom. Thanks for joining us today.
So today we're talking about something that affects everyone living in a big city like Toronto, how we get around, transportation.
Right, and we have totally different approaches to getting around the city, don't we?
We really do. So I'm definitely a car person. I drive everywhere in Toronto. I've got my little red Toyota, and that's basically how I get around.
Nice. And I'm the complete opposite. I'm all about public transit, the TTC. Subway, streetcars, buses, the whole system.
Do you even have a driver's license?
Actually, no, I never got one. I've lived in Toronto my whole life, so I've never really needed to drive.
Wow, that's impressive. I can't imagine living without a car. Like, what do you do when you need to go somewhere that's not close to transit?
Well, that's when it gets tricky, I'll admit. Sometimes I have to take two different buses, or take a bus and then walk for like 20 minutes. It's not always convenient.
Right, especially in winter.
Oh yeah, winter's rough. Standing at a bus stop when it's minus 20 degrees? Not fun. But you know what I love about taking transit? I can just relax. I can read, listen to music, check my phone.
That's true. When I'm driving, I have to focus on the road the whole time.
Exactly. My commute is like my downtime. But I bet you love having that freedom though, right? Like you can just go wherever you want, whenever you want.
Oh, absolutely. That's probably the biggest advantage. If I want to go to Costco at 9 p.m. on a Sunday, I can just hop in my car and go. I don't have to worry about bus schedules or anything.
Yeah, that would be impossible on the TTC.
And grocery shopping. I can buy as much as I want and just put everything in my trunk. I don't have to think about carrying heavy bags on the subway or bus.
Ugh, yeah, I've definitely been that person struggling with like 5 grocery bags on the streetcar. It's embarrassing.
But parking must be expensive for you though, right? Especially downtown.
Oh, yes. Parking downtown is insane.
It really is. Like $30 for a few hours? It's crazy. And trying to find street parking is like winning the lottery.
Right. That's one thing I love about transit. My monthly pass costs what, like $150? That's probably what you spend on parking in a week.
You're not wrong. Plus, there's gas, insurance, car payments. It definitely adds up.
Yeah, owning a car is expensive. But what about rush hour? Do you get stuck in traffic a lot?
Oh, absolutely. The Gardiner Expressway at 8 a.m. is basically a parking lot. Sometimes it takes me an hour to get somewhere that should take 20 minutes, but at least I'm sitting in my own comfortable space with air conditioning.
That's fair. The subway at rush hour is pretty brutal too, though. You're packed in there like sardines.
Ugh, that sounds awful.
It's not pleasant. And don't even get me started on subway delays. When there's a signal problem and you're just sitting in a tunnel for 30 minutes with no information,
Oh, that must be so frustrating.
it really is. But you know what? I still prefer it. I think it's better for the environment, and I get way more exercise. I'm walking to stations, going up and down stairs all day.
That's a good point. I basically go from my front door to my car to wherever I'm going. Not much walking involved.
And environmentally, one subway car can carry like hundreds of people instead of hundreds of individual cars on the road.
Yeah, I do feel a bit guilty about that sometimes. But what about safety? Do you ever feel unsafe taking transit late at night?
Sometimes, yeah, especially waiting for a bus at night in some areas. I try to stay near other people and keep my phone handy. What about winter driving? That must be stressful.
Oh, yes. Ice, snow, other drivers who don't know how to drive in winter. It's nerve-wracking. I remember one storm last year where it took me 3 hours to get home from work.
3 hours? Yikes.
But at least I was warm and dry. You are probably standing at a bus stop in that same storm.
Probably, yeah. Those are the moments when I think about getting a car. But then I remember the cost and the stress of driving, and I'm okay with my transit pass.
So, what would it take for you to actually get a car?
Maybe if I moved somewhere with terrible transit coverage, or if I had kids and needed to drive them around everywhere. What about you? Would you ever give up your car?
If transit was way more reliable and frequent, and if parking costs keep going up the way they are, maybe. But I really love that independence and convenience.
I think we've both found what works for our lifestyles. And honestly, Toronto's pretty good for having both options available.
Absolutely. For anyone learning English who's listening, Toronto really does give you choices. You can drive, take the TTC, walk, bike, take Uber.
Right. It might not always be perfect, but you can definitely get around this city without too much trouble.
Just be prepared for delays if you're taking transit or traffic if you're driving.
That's Toronto for you. Both have their challenges, but both work.
Well, that's all for today's episode. Thanks so much for listening to English Naturally.
Yeah, we really appreciate you tuning in. Keep practicing your English, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye, everyone.
See ya!